See if anybody's out and about. Oh, man. Oh, well, you won't see it but yourself. Well, hello, Miss Cat. How you doing, lady? Two eggs. Good morning. Chilly. It's just really nice here this morning. It's like 70 degrees. Good morning, Ned. Ooh, and it's getting down a little cool. Badger still be running around wearing shorts. Hello, Mr. Ronald. Y'all getting some moisture, aren't you? And ain't nothing wrong with that sometime, Cat. Sometimes we need a day like that. Well, you don't have to cook 50 loaves of bread today, do you? Linda Barker, good morning. Yeah, that's a nice day here. Oh, you done had enough of that, huh? Well, you deserve it. You worked your butt off there for a while. Miss Linda Barker, what have you been up to? Yeah, sometimes you got to take care of yourself. You can tell this weather's fixing to change big time. My damn left shoulder trying to lock up again. Oh, neat. I got several of them myself. Hello, Miss Fairy Dust. Just one eye open, huh? Barely one. I know how they go, Fairy Dust. Good morning, Cheryl. Oh, I'm still here. That's the main thing. How you getting along, Gil? Okay, Cat. Oh, she's fine. She was here just a minute ago. Fixing to get outside, but I'm not going to stay on here too long this morning. But they get her outside and let her run in this pretty weather. Mm. I got to looking at something last night. I think I'm going to try. They have ate them before, and I liked them pretty well. But I think I'm going to try uh, raisins and sprouts for salads and stuff. Are you at home in Arkansas? 2 eggs. You like cat? I mean, got to take it easy sometime. Now, since some of them down here, I have got a few early this year, but that was all. Have you ever raised them, band girl? I said, are you in Arkansas now, eggs, or are you on the road? In a small pot? That's just something I may want to fool with. Be one way to get some fresh greens anyway. All right. Damn that shoulder. Yeah, it was so hot and dry down here, nobody made very many tomatoes around here. I did get hold of some green tomatoes. I had it out of joint back when I was breaking horses and popped it back in, but it hadn't bothered me too bad. But when they did them 2 surgeries on me, you ain't lying, Ron. When they I guess they put that arm on a arm board and strapped it down while they did that surgery. Ever since then, that thing been giving me hell again. Yeah, Ronald, but it's a hell of a lot better to be getting old than not. All right, archery or a gun? 2 eggs. Yeah, I know how to take care of it though. I just need to get that bow of mine out and start shooting it. It's funny. shooting a bow seemed like it settled that thing back into place or something. But it, when I'm shooting when I get to shooting a lot, well, then that shoulder starts straightening up. So I need to get off my butt and start shooting. That rheumatoid arthritis is a bad deal. I've got an archery target sitting out here, but I'm gonna hunt a little bit this year. But I think I don't have a place to go. They got some day hunts and stuff that I want to put a little venison in there. You see me hurt when I'm pulling that bow, Cheryl? There may be a deal coming up on that here before long. I was shooting for some companies that got sponsored when I was shooting the bows all the time. I don't know if I can still do it, but I'm gonna see if I can still do what we used to do. Used to put a deal on for these clubs and stuff, and take a 16th pie plate, one of these just tinfoil pie plates, at 100 yards and at 50 yards, and then drop down to 20 yards and shooting candy lifesavers, and 15 yards shooting aspirin. But that's been a while back. Ooh. Yeah, some of these new ones are. Just on account of these shoulders giving me such a hard time. I shoot pretty heavy bows, and they, I went and picked a little old 30-pound bow up, and which at my draw length is like 45. Shooting it. And well, I had never fooled with a bow, but when I came back to Vietnam, I really wasn't into guns too much. And I got to reading about Fred Bear and Howard Hill and some more of the guys that were sort of the pioneers of that stuff, and they I thought, well, hell, I'm gonna try it. I think my first bow was a fiberglass takedown from Western Auto, about $20 worth. But I killed my first rabbit with it. Stop it. You go in a bow shop and they can check you out, let you know what the deal is right quick. Just don't go too heavy. 45 pounds to kill anything that walks in Texas. What, the compound? They're really not. But I've always come back to the bow. I'll get off of them for a while and then come back to them. See, I got started in the bows. I think there were two bow shops in the state of Texas. And so if you wanted something for a bow, you had to order it. So I learned how to work on them and tear them down and build bow strings and build arrows. And so I started when it started on the compound. I wonder if all this craziness down in Mexico has affected that very much, Cheryl. I've built some Indian flat bows and stuff out of Bodark, out of mulberry, and built the arrows, the whole 9 yards before. Hunted with them one year and killed a deer with them. One that I'd made. I even made the broadheads and stuff. Got some of the city in and shipped the broadheads out. As y'all can tell, I like to build stuff. Fairy dust, I had a good friend of mine that got rheumatoid arthritis really bad. And he went down to Mexico and took some kind of treatments, and it was a medicine that it was for horses really. And he'd go down there and take him treatments, and he'd come back and he'd be good for 4, 5, 6 months. Then it'd start hitting him again, and then he'd go back down there. I forget the name of that medicine, but it was a liniment that they used on where these horses sprain stuff on their feet, on their legs. Well, y'all will be getting some videos from me here pretty shortly, because I want to build a little small self-contained, and when I say self-contained, I mean everything except water. Uh, Little small travel trailer that you could pull behind a side by side or something like that if you needed to, and I'll videotape all that. Dang. I don't know. I'm sort of thinking about it. I don't. You think we could get enough folks down here to get a meetup going? No, that's a bad deal. You could do one in the Texas Hill Country down where Peace is from, and yeah, that's going to be a pretty neat little project. I've been kicking it around for a long time. Basically, you got four things that you got to have. Mine's a 207, but you need a way to stay out of the weather, a good bed to sleep on, a place to use the bathroom, and heat and cooling. Those are the four main things that you got to start off with. I want to put enough solar on this thing to where I can run a 5,000 BTU AC. So this will probably be a stretched out deal. And I might do that. You know, they used to have one that Lola put on up here, and that thing got pretty big. All right, Two Egg, you have a good one, man. If you do get ready to look at that bowl, we'll get on a private chat, and if I can help you anyhow, I will. Yeah, we go to kicking it around and figure out where a good place to have it would be. And yeah, I'm gonna. if I can get everything done I want to today, I'm gonna pick up some wood to start that project. Start leveling a spot up to build it. Shit. Yeah. Well, if I can get it up, and it'll take a little time to do it, but at least the weather's getting where you can work on something now. Yeah, that shoulder's giving me hell this morning. I'll forget about it and move wrong. It's funny, Linda. I can do certain things, and exercising that shoulder seems to help it. Well, they take you 10 days just running around in Texas, man, girl. Oh, it'll be all right. It's just one of them deals where it aggravates you. I put up with it for about 40 years, so this ain't nothing new. I was at a doctor's office here about 6 months ago, and I moved, and that shoulder caught me, and I gave to it. And that doctor said, "What's the matter?" And I told him. He said, "Well, we need to exercise and get X-rays of that thing and see what we can do with it." He come back and told me, said, "Man, that shoulder's been tore up." And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I don't see how you got by without surgery on it." I said, "Well, I figure after surgery I'd hurt you as bad as I do with before, so we ain't gonna fool with it." I lost a bunch of my Bill photographs. I'm about 100 miles south of that. I'm in Waco. No, that's my left shoulder. I've had both them shoulders tore up, but the right one don't bother me as bad. It was dumb how I got that one messed up. That's back when I was breaking horses and rodeo on it. I had a stallion that I raised from a colt, and that took him and got on him, was riding him one day, riding him down a gravel road, and there was a wood bridge there. And he just throwed a fit. He was scared of that bridge. He wouldn't go across it. And so I got off and led him across it. He was fine doing that. Got back on him. Same thing. carried him down beside that bridge, and he'd jump that little creek. Wasn't no problem, but he wouldn't go across that bridge. And I thought, well, my God, you're going to go across that bridge. And we went to having hell trying to make him go across that bridge. He reared up, fell over backwards with me. And I hit my elbow on the ground and didn't quite clear the saddle. And when it did, it popped my shoulder up like that. And after I cried for about 30 minutes, well, I, it wasn't that long, probably 2 or 3 minutes, I pulled yeah, that's where Magnolia was at. And, but I pulled my belt off and put it around my wrist and bent over and stepped on that belt and jerked up and popped my shoulder back in place. And so the doctor told me, he said, if you got it back in place within just a couple minutes, said otherwise we'd have to cut your shoulder open to put it back in there because it started swelling. Yeah, downtown Waco, you would love Fairy Dust because they got that Dr. Pepper Museum and they got the silos and that whole part of downtown right there on the river is all kind of shops and stuff. You just do what you got to do, Linda. I was about ooh, 5 miles from my pickup, and so that crazy stallion just turned around and walked up and looked at me like, "You all right?" But I got back on and took my belt and strapped my wrist to the side of my belly where it wouldn't bounce. Rode back to the house. It's funny how horses are. That stallion was pretty rough, and but he took it just as easy, just cat footed going back home. Yeah, that's right. That's one of them deals. You're hurting so bad it makes you sick at your stomach. What was that old saying? If I knew I was going to live this damn long, I took better care of myself. You know, it's really funny. The people from here in Waco don't think too much of them folks, but they're successful at what they did. I don't know if it's just jealousy or what. I think the people here in Waco don't like it because they got a little bit of an inside track with some people, and they got a lot of help and a lot of money that the taxpayer paid to get that thing started. There you go. Those people that have a silo, just a local, don't. Like I say, it may be jealousy or something else. But anyway, they got it going. You got to give them that. You gotta take your hat off to somebody that jumps on something and does something that's a little bit different and makes it work. You gotta respect that. Yeah, that's right. And a lot of time it's just jealousy on something like this. And you got to give it to them. They made that thing work. Take my hat off to them for that. Hello, Peace. I've got a question for you, Peace. They talking about what would you think about taking in us having a little old Texas meetup this year? Not not this fall, but next year. That thing just hurting. That shoulder just hurting. I'm all right. That's what I say. They're successful. Think you might be on the road by then, huh? Dang, that's not bad. Well, Canyon's filling back up now, and it was nearly dry there for a while. Yeah, I haven't been to Canyon in a long time. I used to live down in that part of the country. Used to live in Seguin, not far from Canyon. I've been trying to talk his buddy of mine into putting a little RV park in here. He got 17 acres. Really? I got a bunch of kin folks live there. Yeah, come on, Prairie Dust. It's not but about 3 hours from San Antonio. Waco's something else. I used to get on here and tell somebody I was from Waco, and the next line I'd type in there is, "I do not belong to a cult, and I don't have 50 wives." So if you coming down to San Antonio, it takes a while to get out of this son of a gun, that's sure. Like when I head for Quartzsite, when I get to El Paso, that's about 700 miles. When I was going to Ironwood, that put me within 250 miles of Ironwood. Buchanan would be a nice place. And it depends on how many people are interested in doing it, you know. If we have it in Buchanan, you're going to take everybody to Fuzzy's? Yeah, that's a pretty area right in there, too. You know, there's a lot to do around Central Texas. You got San Antonio, the Riverwalk, all kind of stuff there, and Waco's got some stuff. Yeah, you need to do that. Oh, well, that reminds me, Peace. You told me where I could find that Lano deal for some day leases. What was that name again? Yeah, it's a pretty good stretch. Is that a core lake? Hello, Ringo. Yeah, okay. Well, if it's a core lake, I can, with this VA card I got, well, I think it's half price too. What part of Texas fair does? Hell, we'd have a good time anyway. It didn't make no difference how many people was there. Yeah, do that. I'd appreciate it. I want to do. I don't have a lease this year, or I haven't for the last couple of years, but I want to put some deer meat in the freezer. Okay, there you go. I got to get my cameras and stuff out to where I can video some of this stuff I'm fixing to do. Peace, you ate a lot of wild game. Have you ever ate any active deer? Mm, yeah, I can't believe how much that part of the country's grown up. I've heard people talk about that axis, and they really brag on it. I never have tried any of it. Come here, girl. Wow, that got the nose. Huh? Yeah, antelope is not. And that's like bear. I've tried bear a couple times. No, thank you. And when you kill it, how you take care of it right then, it's got more to do with the taste than anything else. Are you gonna go to sleep? Hmm? Yeah, I'll do that. Well, folks, I hate to do it. Let's get down. No, if I kill a whitetail within an hour of when I kill that whitetail, I've got it skin quartered in a cooler, ice down with the plug open on the bottom, and I keep it in there for 2 or 3 days. And I've never had a deer that's wild tasting that I've done that way. Had some friends of mine that live in Illinois and big deer hunters, and they come down here and hunt some, and they were talking about how much better the Texas deer tasted than what they had up there. Never tried moose, but I got to telling them how I take care of one. They said, "Oh no," I said, "We hang it." Because I think they were leaving the hide on it and hanging it for 2 weeks, and I finally talked them into trying my way one time, and now that's the only way they do it. That makes all the difference in the world. Yeah, she's gonna be happy because I'm thinking be outside. She's gonna be running and playing. All right, fair dust. Yeah, I'm all right. It's just aggravating. And just I put up with that for 40 years. It ain't nothing new, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here too. They I'm just gonna pop on. Peace. Since I started doing that on that ice, I haven't had a deer that had a wild taste at all to it. I'll do it. Y'all have a great day. Stay out of trouble, and if you do get in trouble, enjoy it. We'll see y'all tonight.